It was a typical summer day in a small, sleepy town. Two best friends, Sarah and Mona, had decided to meet up for their usual afternoon bike ride just like they always did when there wasn't much else to do. The hours drifted by lazily, filled with laughter, snacks, and the gentle hum of their wheels as they pedaled from one side of town to the other. As the sun dipped below the horizon, they passed through their old school garden, an easy shortcut to the nearby park. But just as the light began to fade, Mona froze, her eyes fixed on something in the school. "Did you see that? There's someone inside the school." Sarah didn't believe her. The building was supposed to be empty, locked up tight for the summer. It had to be a trick of the light, or maybe her friend's overactive imagination. They settled down at their usual spot in the park, but an unease had settled in too. Something was off about that night. Sarah felt it, a strange pull, and soon enough, when nature called, the thought of the school came back to them. "Let's head back to the school. It's closer, and something doesn't feel right." Back at the school, the doors were locked, just as they expected. Mona pressed the doorbell, and that's when the first bang came, loud and jarring, as if something had slammed a window shut with unnatural force. "Did you hear that?" Another bang. This time louder, like an invisible force was watching them, playing with them. And the light inside the hall flickered to life, triggered by something moving, but nothing was there. Each time they pressed the button, another bang. From one window to the next, faster, louder. Something was inside that building, and it wasn't human. "It's moving," from one end of the school to the other. But how? Panic began to creep in as they rang the bell once more. This time, they ran just far enough to see every window in the building. The bangs kept coming, but nothing moved. No sign of life. And just like that, the banging stopped. The building stood silent, as if mocking them, daring them to stay a moment longer. But they couldn't. Not after what they had just witnessed. Sarah's phone rang. It was time to go. They biked away, hearts pounding, the weight of the night pressing down on their shoulders. Weeks passed, and though they tried to return to the school, the banging never came back. Whatever it was had vanished, at least for now. But Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that something had been there that night. Something watching, waiting, hiding just behind the glass.
Sometimes it's not what you see that haunts you. What you hear.